and welcome. This is Davida Paswet bringing to you the Salesian news across the globe. CEDB, in partnership with MISA Brazil, SESCRN has been distributing in communities assisted by the entity food arriving through donations. This partnership is formally serving to complement the distribution of meals to users. However, in the face of the pandemic that determined the suspension of in-person activities, this action has been taken by the collaborators who meet users to offer donated food. On the occasion of World Day of Migrants, celebrated all over the world, last December 18, 2020, the Salesian Mission Office of New Rochelle highlighted its commitment in favor of migrants. According to the International Migrant Stock 2019, the number of international migrants reached 272 million in 2019, continuing an upward trend in all regions of the world. This is an increase of 51 million migrants since 2010. The United Nations also reports that in 2019, Europe hosted the largest number of international migrants with 82 million, followed by North America, 59 million, North Africa and Western Asia with 49 million. Very often, it is the younger ones who leave their homeland in search of a better job, education and lifestyle. Many of them chose to leave, but many others are forced to migrate to escape poverty, violence or conflict. Others are displaced by the effects of war or climate change. The United Nations notes that many young people leave their country for humanitarian reasons, as refugees and asylum seekers. The process of disseminating young Salesians and accompaniment, orientations and guidelines, and the seed video for January occupies a special place. It is Don Bosco's month. The video begins in his room in Valdoco, where it all began. Kept there now is a small seed measuring 10 by 5 centimeters, the tiny notebook on which Michel Roy, age 16, wrote on 26 January 1854. On the evening of 26 January 1854, we gathered in Don Bosco's room with Don Bosco himself, Rossetti, Artiglia, Cagliero, and Roy. A practical exercise of charity towards one's neighbor with the help of the Lord of St. Francis de Sales was proposed to us, and later to take a promise, if it seems possible and convenient, to make a vow to the Lord. From that evening, the name Salesians was placed on those ready to do the same.
We have come to the source at the rooms of Don Bosco here in Valdoco. Among all that these walls have witnessed, let's make a still image on a really small seed, 10 centimeters times 5, the notebook at which at the age of 16, Michael Rua records. On the evening of January 26th, we gathered in Don Bosco's room with Don Bosco himself, Rocchetti, Attilia, Cagliero and Rua. A practical exercise of charity towards one's neighbor with the help of the Lord and of St. Francis de Sales was proposed to us. And later to take a promise, if it seems possible and convenient, to make a vow to the Lord. From that evening, the name Salesian was placed on those ready to do the same. Here, Don Bosco is accompanying the first of his young people on the journey that will lead to the beginning of their and our Salesian life. This tiny notebook is like a baptismal act. On that evening, the name of Salesians was placed on those ready to do the same. We are in the refectory where Don Bosco, Mama Margaret, Dominic Savio, and all the young people of Don Bosco used up to 1858. From the data of the research on accompaniment of 2017, it clearly emerges that the effectiveness of all our educational pastoral action depends on the quality of the accompaniment of young people. It becomes even more true in the vocational dimension, the ultimate horizon of our pastoral care, as the frame of reference says, and for the accompaniment of those young people who are maturing a vocational choice towards Salesian life. Quality of accompaniment equals to quality of the journey of discernment and vocational growth. This is the focus of the fifth seed, accompanying the first steps like Don Bosco. Rediscovering the art of accompanying each young person is at the heart of the pedagogical and spiritual heritage left to us by Don Bosco. It is the starting point for the fostering parts of vocational growth towards every choice of life. It is also the point of arrival of initial formation, because it is this type of educators and pastors that we are called to become. What Caliero and Rua experience as youngsters with Don Bosco as their guide is what they will be able to pass on as companions and guides for young people and Salesians throughout their lives. How was my experience of personal accompaniment during the pre-novitiate and before it? Is this also what I wish for those who start the journey today, or can it be improved? Is personal accompaniment a crucial aspect of youth ministry in my province, in the ordinary functioning of the educational pastoral work of the communities? How much attention is given to accompanying each young person on his or her path of discernment and vocational growth, whatever the future may hold for them? At Valdoko, as at Emmaus, walking side by side lights up the heart.
On Sunday, 3rd January 2021, the Strena 2021 of the Rector Major was presented at the Salesian House in Lubumbashi, moved by Hope. See, I am making all things new, taken from Revelation 21:5. On this occasion, an appeal for solidarity was also launched to help those who have been hit hardest by the pandemic. The day was also marked by the presence of SYM's young members who promised to commit themselves to the good of the mission among the young. On 26 January, a meeting was organized at the Salesian Nazareth House in Anisakan to discuss social ecology and care for creation. The meeting saw the participation of 55 people, including Salesians, young people, volunteers, and house staff. The theme of the ecological vocation, which was already underlined by St. John Paul II, was studied in depth, and the contribution of Pope Francis to the care of creation was reflected upon. Celebrated last week as per tradition, after the special and a typical lunch the 2020 graduates enjoyed was the 25th anniversary of the class of 1995 grads of the Salesian Institute, Dr. Enrique Garbo, of the Salesian House in Parana. For various reasons, not all the past pupils were able to participate, but they joined via Zoom a few days ago. Moreover, a work by Alejandro Marmo, an Argentine artist, was installed in the house of Parana. His work is part of the project, The Symbology of the Church Looking to the South, which received the approval of Pope Francis, which the artist created. It is worth mentioning that the work of this 49-year-old native of Buenos Aires documents the life of characters, saints and religious who have changed the course of history with their ideas and actions. The School of Salesian Animators, Miguel Magone, is an inspection training proposal aimed at empowering the leadership and prominence capabilities of MJS and AES advisors, entertainers, and coordinators as disciples and missionaries among young people in the style of Don Bosco. One of the participants of this school is Karen Roderick, 28 years old, who collaborated a year ago as a cheerleader of the youth group of the Casa Don Bosco community of Guayaquil. For 7 years, she served as a catechist in the oratory, and it was Father Darius Ortiz who invited her to join this pastoral proposal. Due to the pandemic situation, chairs and escorts must wear protective masks and attend the scheduled time for delivery of locomotion equipment. The center specialized in physical and visual rehabilitation, CER2, located in the dependencies of the Catholic University Center of the East of Minas Gerais, Unileste delivers 132 wheelchairs and 31 bath chairs adapted for physically disabled people of the micro-regions of Ipatinga, Colonel Fabriciano, and Caratinga. That is all we have for you today till we meet again, and thank you for watching.